last Halloween was, frankly, a complete disaster. I totally mismanaged all my time and released videos months after they should have been out. But not this year. This year, I have help. Penelope Pumpkin's Happy Halloween Handbook is an infotainment DVD made to show your little ghoulies how to have a fun and safe Halloween with a cast of unforgettable characters like Mrs. Scarecrow, Mobster Witch.
So, you want to be a clown?
Werewolf Cop during the day, and Frankenstein with the hands of a black guy. And of course, the gourd of the hour herself, Penelope Pumpkin.
Hi, I'm Penelope Pumpkin, and welcome to my home, Halloween headquarters. Halloween is my favorite time of year because...
Oh, and her pet dog.
I forgot to introduce you to my friend Toto. We call him Toto because he thinks he looks like Dorothy's dog from the movie. Yes, Toto. He says he's cuter, though.
And so we follow Penelope as she visits her friends in preparation for the big night. So where are we going to first, Pee-Pee?
I just have to get my witchy poof magic dust, and we'll poof right over there. Here we go! How'd you like that trick?
Well, it's more impressive than your bra trick.
Kids, this is Halloween helper Heather. She's here to help the kids make their pumpkins.
I'd help myself, but you know. So the first thing we're going to learn is a fun and safe alternative to carving messy pumpkins without those expensive and dangerous kits.
Heather, why don't you show us how you made these fantastic pumpkins?
Just fun props, like sunglasses and carrots. Carrots are fun to use for witches' noses because it gets all old and wrinkly.
Just like we didn't use here.
And some toothpicks. But be sure to be under adult supervision so you don't hurt yourself. For hair, we used an old mop that we dyed it black.
The kids can do that on their own. But you watch them around those toothpicks. Also, is that a crab claw?
How did you make your little pumpkin?
I made it with my hands and my imagination.
Oh, it's adorable.
Kill me.
You see, kids? Making pumpkins is fun and easy.
What am I looking at here? Oh yes, I forgot to mention that this is an interactable DVD. It has special menus with lists and recipes. Okay, so there are no recipes. But if you put this disc in your computer, you'll find vague jack-o'-lantern templates and even a digital coloring book. Yep, that sure is a coloring book. Stay in the lines, kids. Oh no.
Penelope, we should take a picture.
Great idea! I'll get a camera. Remembering to take some photos when you're done is an especially good idea if you carve a pumpkin. Carved pumpkins only last a few days.
Well, if carving them was still an option, why'd I waste all my time making this sexy pumpkin? And why are those ghosts dragging those kids to the sun? Photoshopping a photo of a photo must be hard. So now it's time to head over to Mrs. Scarecrow's for some arts and crafts. Oh, but there's a hitch.
I'm all out of magic dust again. Guess I'll have to take Witchy Poo's magic broom she gave me.
Hey, does she have anything that'll fix your weird, blurry outline?
Abracadabra!
Hi, Penelope. I see you're still working on your landings. Did you run out of witchy poo dust?
Yep, she's out of dust, all right. And she's coming down hard.
I'm really sorry about your chair. I did bring my remote, so I'll fix it before I leave.
So you brought a remote to fix a chair. Okay, let's put a pin in that, shall we? But first, let's stick pipe cleaners into some styrofoam.
We have our red pipe cleaner, and we cut it maybe about an inch long. And we fold it over and kind of twist it. Now this is going to be our red eyes. You stick it right in there. See how easy that is?
Not like audio mixing. That's hard.
So we take a toothpick, we stick it in the very back of the head, and then we attach it to our body. Get an adult to help you with the toothpick so you don't hurt yourself.
Finally, a special that's not afraid to stand up to big toothpicks.
This craft is our mummy doll, and he's cool. He's also very bendable.
And cut. Perfect take. Next scene.
Take your newspaper and squeeze and twist about here to form the head.
You can use the obituaries for extra spooky fun.
We'll need to take some first aid gauze, and we're going to cut it into strips about 12 inches long.
Every household with toothpicks should have this on hand.
Now we are going to do our ghastly ghost. Now, first of all, you're going to start with a white piece of cloth. We put them right in the center. We take this cloth, we fold it over, just like that. This will form the ghost's head. And we take a marker, such as this, and here is our ghastly ghost. See how easy that was?
Miss Scarecrow, why do you have so much tobacco around? Miss Scarecrow? But before you know it, Witchy Poof, poofs in to scare up some great ideas for a homemade Halloween costume. Okay.
I brought my old trunk filled with clothes. Your parents probably have one of these around, and you can always go to a thrift store. You can find great costume ideas in them.
Yeah, it's amazing what great costumes you can come up with a few discarded articles of clothing and a face painter that you hired to film for the afternoon.
Here are 3 costumes we chose to show you how to make, along with the makeup for those costumes. They are a pirate, a cat, and a clown. You can use your DVD remote to select which one you'd like to watch. Just press enter.
Why don't you just show us the 3 now? It's only 4 minutes for each costume, I checked. And also, you're kind of missing the point of an eye patch.
Arr, matey, you're looking mighty like a pirate. Or be creative, make some yourself.
Okay, so what I've done here is I've taken this rather fetching Halloween decoration and I've modified it a bit. And then I put a string on the back so I can put it over my head like so. And excuse me for a second. And then all you have to do is just grab your phone.
I am Sinister. Beware, I live. Run, run, run. Beware, coward. Run, coward. I hunger.
But Witchy Poof has saved the best for last.
Voila! They're a vampire victim.
I am legitimately stunned. This takes the lazy last-minute costume to an entirely different level. Well done, Witchy Poof. The This Is My Muggle costume has finally been dethroned.
Thanks for all the creepy crafts and cool costumes.
You're welcome. We had a great time.
And don't forget to bring those creepy crafts to the party tonight.
Okay, we can't wait. See you tonight.
Okay,
That's kind of creeping me out.
let's get this DVD remote out, and I will fix that chair for you.
Boo! We all love fun and games, but I respect a special that can slow things down for a second to talk about safety. Which is why Penelope drops in on her old friend, Fireman Jay.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Lucky for me, I have a great cushy body for crashes.
Fat people don't need to wear helmets.
Kids, this is Fire Pal Jay.
Hi, kids.
Wow, Penelope must really have some connections. It's not like emergency services will do these presentations for free if you ask them.
The first thing I'd like to talk about is the clothes that we wear. You got to make sure your clothes are nice and tight and make sure they're short enough to stay away from those flames.
So they should definitely wear fire-retardant costumes.
Like a big puffy pumpkin suit full of tissue paper.
Stop! Drop and roll!
That safety procedure looked very important.
Really? Because it looked kind of fuzzy to me. Then, of course, they take the time to teach the Heimlich Maneuver.
And you want to push in and up on their belly, in and up, until you give a chance for whatever they're choking on to come out.
Or, you could just throw yourself on the edge of a trash can over and over again, crushing all your internal organs in the process. And all the while, your asshole friends are just staring at you with these blank expressions on their faces. And then when you finally get the gobstopper out of my throat, they work enough energy to finally ask, "What happened?"
Thanks for helping the kids have a safe and happy Halloween. And now I'm going to go visit Police Officer Eddie for some more safety tips.
You know, I know exactly where Officer Eddie is, and I'll give you a ride over there in my fire truck. We'll get there safe and sound.
Wow! I would love to ride on a real fire truck. That would be fantastic.
You hear that, kids? You should always take a ride with someone that offers it, especially if they look like a police or fireman. It's not like it could be a costume or anything.
That was so exciting. We are having such a fun day, aren't we, kids? And Officer Eddie here is going to make sure we continue to have a safe and happy Halloween.
Ah, the noble Officer Eddie theme. Pride of the police department.
Eat an early meal before going out. That way you're not tempted to eat candy before you get home. Treats must be brought home for inspection before anything is eaten. Remember, 911 can be called free from any phone.
Just make sure no one stuck any infected needles in the buttonholes.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Penelope Pumpkin here. Hi, Toto. Uh-huh. Okay, Toto. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Next, Penelope is off to visit Monster Matt, who has the best decorated yard in town. He even put a giant screen behind his house. And Matt's advice is really simple. Just buy all your stuff.
Jewels, dry ice to make that smoking effect, anything at your local costume shops or even at supermarkets. But remember, just to have fun, and the more you do, the more you have to clean up later.
Oh, that sounds a bit disparaging.
And the more you do, the more you have to clean up later.
And that was Matt Monster. Good guy. Great Neo costume. Whoa. Next, we're off to visit Chef Sheila, who shows us how to cook up some spooky cookies and cakes. You can even buy some off of Etsy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Regretsy.
Do you think you could continue without me while I go get cleaned up?
Oh, sure, Penelope. That's no problem. You go right ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll do fine on her own.
Okay, now let's start by making our cookies. If you have them in the tube that you buy from the grocery store, then it should tell you how to make it on there. All you have to do is just, whether you have it in the tube or from scratch, just flatten it all out with a rolling pin. But remember though, you must have an adult with you to help you with this, because kids should never be in the kitchen without a parent. When you take them out of the oven, they'll look like this. And then, for this one, I'm not gonna use the icing on this one, just the decorative icing.
Nothing but a fraud.
But it's funny how Chef Sheila is the only one of Penelope's friends who's not a spooky monster.
I'm a homicidal maniac. They look just like everyone else.
Oh, wow! That cake is so spooky and so cool, Chef Sheila.
Thanks, Penelope. I'm glad you like it.
That sounds pretty good, but cakes, cookies, that's little kiddie stuff, isn't it? What I need is something a little bit more sophisticated for the adult palate. So what I've done is taken some crushed up Doritos and added a dash of Mountain Dew and a Mentos to make it extra bubbly. Hey everybody, watch me drink this toxic waste. See? It's not a biohazard at all. And it certainly won't slowly kill my liver. And it turns out that Sheila is also Penelope's personal chef.
It's macaroni and cheese with some green food coloring, some roasted pumpkin seeds.
Good thing you kids learned the Heimlich earlier in the video. But wait, she's a pumpkin. So wouldn't eating pumpkin seeds be like eating a big load of...
Stop!
But this isn't just a how-to video, it's also a variety show with some amazing entertainment and special effects wizardry. Man, I haven't been this scared since Ray Parker Jr. appeared on Nas Horas.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And then you have the undead dancers, and these guys are fantastic. I have no idea how they managed to stay so perfectly in sync.
I think this camera can see things you cannot see with the naked eye.
And just because this video is for kids doesn't mean it can't expose them to a little culture with a performance by Danya Dahl.
Just for fun, let's scream and shout. Carve a pumpkin, run about. Dress up scary, cute or hairy. Halloween's just for fun. Just for fun, let's trick or treat. Make up rhymes like smell my feet. Acting silly, spooky willies. Halloween's just for fun.
Wonderful. A truly avant-garde performance. You gotta listen to the music they didn't bother to write.
Halloween's just for fun.
The last half of the DVD is an hour of public domain Casper cartoons. You know, the ones you can find in any bargain bin. Because every little kid needs to see the one where Casper tries to commit suicide by laying down on the railroad tracks.
That sure was fun.
But I'll be honest, I've never seen the one where the moon people fight the tree monsters.
Release the river!
And I guess they eventually ran out of Casper shorts because the last cartoon is about a spider who owns a fly hotel.
I hope they are watching. They'll see and they'll know and they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Well, that was interesting. But hey, at least now we get to see the big Halloween finale that the whole thing has been leading up to. Okay, so no party, huh? Not even a group shot of them waving goodbye? So they really did put the best footage in the trailer. You know I should be angry, but I'm not. Yes, I know the production is rushed. I know the acting is bad, and I know this is really basic information in the age of Tumblr and Pinterest. But despite being surprised they just stopped short of peeled grapes for eyeballs, I had a smirk on my face the whole time watching this. Oh sure, this could have just been a shameless cash grab. In fact, I'm almost certain it is. But there's a small part of me that likes to believe they wanted to make something special and just reached way past their means. Like how the magic around Penelope is so obviously a problem they had with the green screen. That reminds me of my first October on Channel Awesome. I made a bunch of crappy props. I didn't have a digital recorder. I filmed myself through an old VHS camera hooked up to the computer with a Pinnacle video capturer. So either they were sincere or a bunch of scam artists. Either way, this falls into the it's so bad it's good category. A possible trick that turned out to be a real treat. And it certainly put me in the Halloween mood. Right, guys? Hit it!
Just think, Sally, when the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch, we'll be here to see him. What's that?
Hi, kids! This is fun! Woo!
You blockhead!